If you water a dead plant, will it come back to life? Most people would say no. But what if that plant was a person? What if it was your dream, your first love, your own peace of mind? What if deep down, you knew it was over, but you kept watering it anyway? This isn't about gardening. This is about you, about the things you keep alive, even when they're already gone. This is a story about a girl and the plant that taught her how to live again. Every morning she did the same thing. Wake up, wrap herself in the same oversized sweater, the one that still smelled faintly like comfort and memory. Step outside, barefoot, and water a plant that no longer lived. Its leaves were cracked, like the corners of a photograph left out in the sun. The soil was dry, untouched by life. Anyone else would have tossed it out without a second thought, but not her. To her, that plant meant something. It wasn't just a flower in a pot. It was a memory, a moment, a promise. Because once upon a time, someone had given it to her. A boy with sleepy eyes and a crooked smile. He handed it to her gently and said, "It's like us. It'll need care, patience, and love." And she believed him. So even after he left, after the messages turned cold, after the calls stopped, after the light in her chest dimmed day by day, she still watered it, not because she thought it would grow, but because she didn't know what else to do. That plant, it was the last piece of something she couldn't let go of. Because what do you do when the only thing keeping you from falling apart is something that's already gone? And so she kept watering, day after day, hope, disguised as habit, love, disguised as denial. Then one morning, something changed. She stood at the doorway, watering can in hand, but her feet didn't move. For the first time in weeks, she just stared at the plant. No words, no movement, just silence. The kind of silence that wraps around your chest and makes it hard to breathe. Because deep down, she already knew. It wasn't asleep. It wasn't healing. It was gone. She sank to the ground beside it, her fingers brushing across the dry, lifeless leaves. And that's when her grandmother came and sat beside her, quiet, still, as if she already knew this moment was coming. The girl didn't look up. She whispered, "I don't know what I'm doing anymore." The grandmother's voice came soft, like a lullaby made of truth. "Sweetheart, you can't keep watering something that no longer wants to live." The words hit like thunder through a broken window, cold, sharp, but somehow necessary. Sometimes, no matter how much love you give something, it's not enough to make it grow. And that's not your fault. She wanted to protest, to scream, but I gave it everything. Her time, her hope, her heart. But instead she said nothing, because she knew. She'd been trying to resurrect something that didn't want to come back. And that hurt more than anything else. But maybe the real pain didn't come from the loss itself. Maybe it came from the realization that she had been losing herself. Every day she clung to something already gone. Visual, flash cuts of moments when she ignored herself, forgot her passions, pushed people away, stopped laughing. How many parts of yourself are you willing to sacrifice before you realize you're the one who needs saving? The girl looked at the plant one last time, and for the first time, she didn't see hope. She saw a mirror, a reflection of everything she couldn't say out loud. The next morning, she didn't bring the watering can. No heavy steps, no forced rituals, just her holding a small paper packet. Seeds. The soil in the old pot still carried the memory of what once was, but instead of clinging to it, she chose to start over. Right there, in the same spot. This wasn't an act of forgetting. It wasn't running away. It was a quiet revolution, a decision to reclaim her space, her energy, her story. As she pressed the seeds gently into the earth, something inside her shifted, not loudly, not dramatically, but like the first breath after crying, a soft relief that maybe, just maybe, she could grow again too. And over the days that followed, she kept coming back, not out of habit, but out of hope. No longer watering the past, but nurturing what could be. It wasn't fast. Growth never is. Some days the soil stayed still. Some days she doubted again. But this time, she stayed. And slowly, green returned. A tiny stem, reaching upward, like her. Because she was no longer the girl who watered a dead plant. She was the girl who learned to plant something new. Even after heartbreak, even after silence, even after the part of her that believed it could never feel light again. And that made all the difference. If you're still holding on to something, a dream, a love, a version of yourself, that no longer wants to grow, maybe it's time, not to forget, but to forgive, not to give up, but to let go, with grace. Because your heart wasn't made to be poured into emptiness. It was made to bloom, and you were made to live. So ask yourself, honestly, am I still watering something that's already gone? If the answer is yes, then maybe today is the day. You plant something new. They're just the beginning. If this story made you feel something, then don't let it fade away. Maybe you've been holding on for too long. Maybe today is the day you plant something new. So here's what I want you to do. In the comments, tell me, what are you ready to let go of? What dead plant have you been watering? If this spoke to your heart, share it, because someone else out there might still be holding on, thinking they're the only one. You're not alone. You are healing. You are growing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back tomorrow, because your journey deserves daily light. I'll be right here, every step of the way.